Today we're going to be comparing two grinders. We have the DF64 Turin with 64mm espresso SSP burrs, and then we have the Atom 75 by Eureka. But before we dive into that, I just want to say welcome to Kabin's Coffee Corner. This channel is designed to help you choose the coffee gear you want to brew with at home. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe. And if you're looking at purchasing any of these, please use the links below while I make some commission at no extra charge to you. Lastly, I do want to mention that I have an Instagram account called Kabin's Coffee Corner. You're more than welcome to follow me there. And I have a Patreon account where if you like these videos and you really want to support me and you want a chance to win free gear, you can choose to pay a little bit a month to support me as a YouTuber. Both of these grinders were graciously loaned to me or sold to me from Espresso Outlet. So I purchased the DF64 Turin from Espresso Outlet at a discount in exchange for a review. I paid for the SSP burrs on my own to upgrade it on there. This is on loan from Espresso Outlet in exchange for a review. So I only have this for 30 days or so. So I want to compare some of the features and things on these grinders. So I want to start off this is at retail $428, I believe, is what it's currently being sold for at Espresso Outlet. I could see that going up at some point in the future. I added about $200 SSP burrs, which is totaling the thing to about $625 plus about $25 of 3D printed stuff on there. So then you're looking at $650 for everything once it's done. This guy is $1,400. So you can do all these upgrades on this one and buy two of them, and you're still saving $100 versus this guy, which is something to really think through on this. Both of these are great grinders. Both of these have their perks. So I want to start off by testing both of these side by side for a bit. I haven't had this grinder for long, but I've pulled 40 shots of espresso with it. So I've done quite a bit in the past couple weeks. I've been very caffeinated. This one I've pulled hundreds and hundreds of shots with over the past couple of years. So this one takes about probably 10-15 seconds to grind through. This one takes about 3 seconds to grind 18 grams dose. This one has a bellow, so it pushes all of the excess grounds out, which makes it a zero retention grind. This one you should be filling the hopper with beans and brewing that way, and that is the best results that you're going to get with this grinder. You can buy a single dose hopper from Etsy for $80 or so, or you can actually, this fits on top of this, so if you already have this grinder, you can use it for the Atom 75. This one has 75mm flat burrs. This one has 64mm flat burrs. This one comes with this little dosing cup, which fits perfectly. You put a portafilter on upside down. You can flip it over, or you can actually just simply take the portafilter and put it in the portafilter hooks right there and grind directly into it. I bought a 3D printed, I had a friend 3D print this dosing cup to put it at an angle. Let me put it the right way. Simply put it at an angle in here that way, and you can grind directly into it, and it doesn't spray out when you push it on there. I added the anti-popcorn disc on the inside here, and I added a grind dial indicator here because this is the grind dial indicator. So those are the 3D printed mods I did, plus the SSP burrs. This one I did absolutely nothing to. A couple of the features is you can adjust this rack here at the bottom and put the portafilter in, and it has a little lip, so the portafilter holds directly there. You don't actually have to hold the portafilter, and you can grind confidently knowing that it's not going to slide out on you because of the way they designed it. This works for bottomless portafilters and spouted portafilters. However, you do have to adjust this for the two. Actually, I did have my spouted portafilter like this in here, so it's a little loose for the bottomless, but it would still work. I typically hold it and I kind of pull it forward a little bit just to kind of even the grounds out a little bit. I never usually do WDT, Weiss distribution, or the needle technique with it. This one I do it every single time I brew. I use the WTT method. So there's that. This basically, you just press the button here with the portafilter. That's how you operate the grinder. This one you operate the grinder by clicking here. This one is quieter and has suction cups, so it's not really moving on the counter at all. You can do one single portafilter, double portafilter, adjust your grind settings there. Manual press here, and switch it here on there. Grind dial indicators right here, pretty satisfying to turn, and then on and off switch is right here to light up the screen. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of information on all of these grinders. I think both of these have the two unique features of this one is this one you're looking at single dosing, so it's going to be easier to change grind settings. It's going to be easier to change beans and all that stuff because what you put in is what you get out. This one you have a hopper on, so typically, like, I'll choose one bag of beans and I'll just grind through the entire bag of beans before I switch. It's easier that way for this, and this is how it's designed. This one, when you have a group of 6 people over, it's way more work to do it. I pre-weigh the beans before people come over here and have like 6 espresso cups out with the beans, so I can just dump them in that way to make it a little quicker. This one, you're done in like 3 seconds, and it's super easy to have guests over and pull a lot of shots back to back. So they're kind of both for different things. If you're like 1 or 2 shots a day, this is perfect. If you're like 6 shots a day, making it for a lot of guests, this is probably the route you're going to want to go, just because of the convenience factor for it. When it comes to the taste quality on there, I feel like I'm getting a lot more small notes out of the bags of coffees off of the 75 than the 64 millimeter. So I'm getting more of those small nuances that you get from this grinder that you don't typically get from this grinder, which I find a little interesting, but I don't know. Like, it's not. I didn't feel like this grinder was missing out on quality of grinds prior to getting this grinder. I was always really content with the shots that I made, and they were always really good. It was way better than a lot of the other grinders I used, and phenomenal at $600. But this one, I'm getting a small notch up. So when it kind of comes like I label this as the best valued grinder that you can buy that has a motor in it. You can get some hand grinders out there that are a little probably better quality, but this one, if you can get around its little quirks and buying the 3D printed stuff, like, the best value for price to quality is this one. And it's like, I feel like once you hit this range, like once you hit this grinder, you're getting small increments up above it, but you're getting a lot more cost up. So it's like, this grinder's producing great shots for $600 or whatever. This one is slightly better, but you're paying double the price. And that's where it's kind of hard to justify something like this unless you need to pull a lot of shots back to back very quickly. This one's going to save you a lot of time on that. But otherwise, it's going to be very hard to justify this grinder for a home use versus this one. For the fact that I do a lot of comparisons of espresso machines, I'm going to keep this one, and I'm gonna let this one go just for the fact that I can pull those quick things, and I have a niche 0 for single dosing, even though I prefer this. The niche has a better workflow than this does, and it allows me to have a flat burr and a conical burr all at my house at the same time. I haven't had a single, like, outside of the little quirks of where the power button's placed, having to buy this 3D printed stuff, I haven't had any issues. This has never stopped working on me. This has been incredibly reliable over the 7 months that I've owned it so far. No, I don't really have any regrets for it. I did find some people have some problems turning the adjustment dial. It's not a one-hand thing. Well, I guess it is a one-hand thing, but it kind of moves. So you have to grab the grinder and twist it, and it is forceful when you do it. It's kind of difficult, but I found if you get some food safe lubricant, which you'll find in the description below, that really helps produce a better, like, it helps the dial turn a little bit easier with that. Yeah, so these two grinders. Oh, one thing I don't like about either one of these things is I wish Breville Smart Grinder has like a little magnetic grind tray here that you can take out and throw the grinds away that kind of have sat in here. This one gets grinds all over. The static on this one is not great. This cup helps tremendously when you turn it sideways. This one has it doesn't have static near as much. They added some anti-static, and whatever they did, every grinder needs to do it because it's phenomenal and it does a great job of keeping things way cleaner on a counter. However, it's really hard to get grinds out from right there when they get stuck and things like that. But overall, both of these grinders are very, very good. I don't know if this one's worth, depending on, unless you need the quick grinding speed and unless you do a lot of shots back to back, or you just really want a really incredible grinder and you have the money to blow, this one's always going to be a better deal than that one for value, but this one's going to give you the better shots and you're going to get a few more nuances with it. So yeah, if you have any questions with this, please let me know in the comments below. And again, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching these videos.